Howdy, partners. This is Rob's Feed Today, episode number 65. In this cowpoke, well, I'm Rob Schendel. Thank you for downloading. Maybe you're a college student living in a dorm. Maybe you just live in a small studio apartment. What you need to do is get over to dormco.com/Rob. Once you're there, you'll find all kinds of items specifically designed for folks living in small spaces. That's dormco.com/Rob. So why am I wearing a cowboy hat? You've seen me wear one before, and I wore one this weekend. It was cowboy night at the bar, cowboy night for the leather guy, and I was wearing this in a western denim shirt, and I have to tell you, the response was over-fucking-whelming. So I got to remember to wear my cowboy hat more often because it works for me, and it works well. The truth is, I'm no stranger to wearing them. People who've seen my personal video blog over the years, I was constantly in one. My Twitter profile pics for a number of years had a cowboy hat. I don't think it was this one. In fact, I went to a Twitter meetup where I finally got to meet these people in person. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5. Half a dozen or more times, people spoke to me. They got the chance to actually meet me in person, and they said, "Where's your cowboy hat?" My trademark, what's the cowboy hat? I knew what I was doing. And in addition to that, I was the beneficiary of one of the prizes that one of the clubs gave away over the same weekend at the same bar. I got this gift collection of DVDs from the television show Bonanza. Now, you probably can't see, but it's got 5 DVDs, and it's still in its shrink wrap. I haven't unwrapped it, and I don't know if I ever will. But I guess everybody loves a cowboy. Well, folks, I have good news and I have bad news for you. But it depends on how you're going to read it. So let me just tell you what it is. YouTube has now changed their policy. Used to be that the most you could upload time-wise in a video was 10 minutes. And now it's 15 minutes. Now, if you know this podcast, you know me, you know that it's distributed to tons of places. I can't even tell you all the places where this is available. And YouTube is one of them, under 2 different accounts there. So often I stop the clock at 10 minutes because I know that if it goes over 10 minutes, it won't be processed, it won't be available for the people who tune in through YouTube. And sometimes I'm not done saying what I want to say. Well, the good news is that I don't have that restriction anymore. The bad news is I don't have that restriction anymore. So that might mean if I go on one of my rambles and one of my rants, I won't have to stop. You'll just have to endure that. But I'll try to watch it for you. But I think that's really good news. The reason they had it at 10 minutes before was because they figured that people uploading copyrighted television series and things wouldn't bother because they'd have to keep loading and uploading another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes, and if it's an hour-long program, they have to do 6 videos. Not anymore. Now there's only 4, but not anymore. They have the technology now to tell without even looking at it. Some bot figures it out and sends the alert to, say, ABC or whoever they assume might be the copyright owner, and allow them to make the decision. If they choose to flag it, well, then it gets flagged and the video is pulled. But why would they do that? The best commercial, the best advertising for any television program is to see a clip of it on YouTube. Now, speaking of distribution points for this podcast, I'm really excited to tell you about this. Now, actually Sunday night, I was on YouTube in one screen, I was on something else in another screen, and produced all kinds of things. And noticed this little blip, blip, blip going on, telling me that somebody was messaging me for chat in the Facebook interface. So I went to see, and it was one of my newer friends from Facebook, and he was asking about this podcast and how what I discussed, issues-wise, and if it was a gay-oriented podcast or not. And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It just all depends on what I have on my agenda that week. And he invited me to use his service as another distribution point. Well, I want to tell you about cockfest.net. And that's, guys, that's a mating place. That's a place to find partners. And it's pretty new. And so if you go to cockfest.net and sign up, you'll be a pioneer. And you'll possibly end up being a popular person, being one of the first. And it's a really handy and simple, easy interface. And I really like the fact that you have this ability to correspond with people that I haven't seen so easily laid out before. And that's quite nice. The site looks good. And they have a sister site called cockfestcares.info. And there they have, on the left side, they have this column of featured items. And now they have Rob's Feed Today. So if you're so inclined, you can click through that. And click through, you'll see another picture of me in a cowboy hat. And you'll find the latest episode. So I invite you, I welcome the people who are watching thanks to Cockfest Cares. And I look forward to a partnership there that's going to be quite healthy. And I also look forward to meeting some partners, if you know what I mean. By the way, if you click through to my profile, there's a picture in there called Rob Below the Belt, for all that means, if you care. But if you do want to see Rob Below the Belt, you do have to sign up for a membership. Membership is free. And go to cockfest.net and sign up for yourself. Why would I put a picture of myself below the belt? I'm uninhibited. That's all I can say. Maybe you don't know this, but for many years, I supported myself as an artist model. So I would be the sole naked person in a class full of art students and individual artists, but sometimes 30 people in a room sketching, drawing, painting my naked figure up there on a pedestal somehow. And when they really get a charge, when you walk down the halls of the art school, and there those images are papered up all on the wall for everybody to see. And matter of fact, right here, I was paging through a school catalog for one of the art schools that I worked at, and there I am in there as well. That's only from the back side, and you only see me from the butt up, but I'm the only nude model in here. So what do I say? Just part of what makes up me. Today I had to walk I didn't have to walk, but I decided to walk to the bank. And I did my business, and then I just decided it was nice enough. It wasn't all that horribly humid finally. So I continued to walk and walk and walk. And if you remember, the other week I talked about the fact I was so excited that a new Target had opened up, and it is walking distance from my residence. And I had been there, and all this wonderful stuff that I regularly purchase for more money elsewhere, I could now get at Target. Oh, that was also the day that this stupid woman put a shopping cart on the escalator and bowled over the people below on the riding the same escalator. And then a couple days later, the news breaks that those fucking assholes at Target donated $150,000, I think it was $150,000 or it was $100,000, to the campaign. This guy running for governor in Minnesota, who has a history of saying homophobic and gay things publicly, and they supported that. And what a disappointment that was. I just... So here I'm walking down the street, and it starts to rain, and I did not have a cowboy hat to shield myself from the rain at the time. And it just seems that this year, all spring, summer too, if it's going to rain, it waits until I can be inconvenienced by it. As soon as I'm out walking, it'll rain. As soon as I have to wait for a bus, it's going to rain. And it didn't let me down. So, and here I was actually across the street from Target. I hadn't planned to go in, but I decided I'd I'd go in. But I didn't get a cart. I didn't take a basket. I thought I'd just walk around and see how different it might look from the time I was there before the boycott Target thing came up. And I still see gay people shopping in Target. And of course, I still see gay people working in Target, some of whom I know. And it was really difficult. I saw things I wanted to buy. I actually even went to the fitting room with a shirt that my God, it was a Western shirt, but that I really liked. And it fit me well. I wanted to see, come on, at least let's not let it fit right so I have an excuse not to buy. Well, it fit fine, but I had to boycott Target. But then I got left there and I was about to leave, and I said, I need milk. And milk is not cheap, except it is at Target. And so I bought a gallon of milk at Target. But I paid less for that gallon of milk than I know of anywhere else in the city of Chicago to buy it, making me really believe that that's a lost lead. If no one else can sell it that cheap, neither can Target. They just undersell it. They just have the price at a loss. Because if I know it's going to be so cheap for me to buy it at Target, I'll go to Target and buy it, and I'll also buy all this other shit too. Well, I didn't. I bought the lost lead item and left. One item. But I don't know really what to do about that boycott, because I have to be true to myself and buy and purchase where it makes the most economic sense for me. But yet I have to be true to myself and my homosexuality and not support a business that doesn't support me. So I have not signed the petition saying that I will boycott Target, but I do have access to it, and I have actually promoted that petition on Facebook for my friends who may want to. But I did a little research on it, and the candidate that they gave the money to is running against a Democrat by the name of Mark Dayton. Now, if you know the history of the Target Corporation was founded by the Dayton department store chain, which then became Dayton Hudson, then became part of Marshall Fields, and then they absorbed Marshall Fields or something, and now it's Macy's owns it, but they spun off the Target stores, and Target became its own corporation, and there's something there that the corporation as a whole is funding the campaign against the descendant of their founders. So I don't really think it's a gay issue. As a matter of fact, Target is very good. They have a very good policy hiring gay people. I don't know if they have a benefits program for partners of gay people, but I do understand they're always represented in the gay pride parades up in Minneapolis. So it's just such a fucking conundrum. Target, I want to shop at your store. I do agree with your slogan, expect more, pay less. But don't put me through this torture. Take back or stop that contribution and support your gay clientele and employees. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out cockfest.net and its sister site cockfestcares.info. And that's all I'm going to say.